PLC Network here at CES 2017. I'm standing next to Brian at the Segway booth, who's going to go over some of their portfolio, including a few new things. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. Thanks for having me.
Hey, absolutely, yeah. Now, tell us a little bit about what we're looking at behind us here.
Well, thanks. Sure will. So what you're looking at is our portfolio of products, and really Segway's went through a journey of moving into the consumer electronics space. So last year we launched our first consumer electronic product, and we moved into the retail sales, and we're selling on Amazon, we're at Best Buy, a number of different retailers now. And what's great about that is we're taking some of Segway's core technology that traditionally has been used in the commercial industry and putting it in a much smaller package like our miniPRO in the middle.
Yes.
And just to give everybody an idea of price point differences, our traditional Segway i2s, which are extremely robust, great products, are about $6,000. Well,
not everybody can afford that.
Yeah, really. But a miniPRO is $600.
Yes, that is a fantastic price. We were talking about that earlier, and we're going to try to get a few of these in the office too, because that $600, and you got an excellent charge life on it. You got up to what was it, 10 miles, right?
Actually, it's 14 miles
14
range
miles,
at 10 miles per hour.
14 miles, 10 miles an hour. That's where the 10 came from. That's great. For $600, you got a full day's activity and maybe then some, depending on how much you're riding it. And it beats pretty much everything competition-wise that we've seen.
You know, it's good you just mentioned that, because really what Segway wants is to have lifestyle products. So if you take a look at any one of our products, they now include an application on your phone. So one of the fun things about the miniPRO is you can actually remote control drive it. So it has a remote control function, but even better, it has an on-screen dash on your app. You can go ahead and check any of the diagnostic information. So if you want to see your battery life, talking about range, or even who the manufacturer of the battery is, or if you have an issue with service, you can remote diagnostic the unit, which is quite nice. But beyond that, we also have a one-wheeler that's a lot of fun. And we're really moving into a new program with our robotics platform that's right next door here, and I want to talk about that a little bit later.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
But you said remote control. Now that's fantastic. So you can actually control it from remote, from your phone.
Think land drone.
I like that. So you can freak people out, because now I'm thinking 1989 Batman car, and it just comes to you. That's what I need.
Yeah, you should take a look at one of the marketing videos we did. We did a sketch where a guy comes in, he sits down, sees a pretty girl right next door, he sketches her picture, puts it on the miniPRO, drives it over, she picks it up, sends back her phone number.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen that on TV.
Yeah.
See, that's the reach of Segway right there. So we have affordable. That's the biggest thing. That's the one thing we appreciate from Segway, because we've covered a lot at CES and in the history of things. And a lot of the technology we see, it's cool. It's really cool, it's fascinating, and some of it's innovative. But the price point is so out of reach for the average consumer, compared to what you're really getting from the product. And in some cases, it's still not comparable to something you'd see behind us right now.
Well,
because here, some of those, we'll just say the knockoff hoverboards, we'll say knockoff.
It's a bad word.
You get on there, and they don't exactly, their ability to stand up straight really depends on you more than anything in some cases. In some cases, they do a pretty good job. But a lot of cases, it's more on you than anything else. Where these, you just turn it on, it just stands right up. It's like stepping onto a block, and then you just go.
You have to keep in mind, we're the inventor of the technology.
That's true.
So
that's true.
But we have a few more years at it.
But on top of that, making still for this item to be affordable to the public, well, that sets a bar right there that now everybody has to deal with.
Thank you.
Yes.
We believe we're the industry leader. We have been for 15 years. But one point that you keep making is, our quality is there. We're robust. We're there for consumers. We've been around for 15 years. At this point, when you buy a genuine Segway product, you're getting a product that is going to work when you take it out of the box.
Absolutely.
It's going to continue to work. It's going to perform. We're going to do what we say we're going to do, which is what I think I would want if I was buying something.
Absolutely. That's important. Certain key variables there.
A little bit, yeah.
So robotics. Let's look at robotics. Let's see what we got next.
Okay.
All right, so now we're looking at something new, Brian. What's this? This
is our alpha.
Something in the movies, maybe.
So last year we debuted a project when it was really a Segway robotics project, and we worked with Intel. And I don't know if you saw, but we were on the cover of the Twice Daily magazine.
Okay, yes.
With our new robotic systems. Well, we greenlit the project as a result of that, because the market is telling us they need a product like this. And what you're seeing here is our alpha level design. So we have an alpha, beta, and then production release. And what we've done is we've taken the core systems from our miniPRO and applied an AI unit and integrated with Intel's RealSense technology.
Okay.
So the unit has a built-in AI, you can speak to it, interact, and at this point what we're doing is we're taking software development kits and we've went out to premium universities like MIT and Stanford and found the best and brightest engineers to help develop applications. So the best way to describe it, I know how to, is you own a mobile phone, right?
Of course.
15 years
More
ago?
than one, unfortunately.
Yeah. My son has one, my wife has one, it adds up. But 15 years ago, what did I use my phone for? I was lucky to text and make phone calls.
Yes.
Today, my mobile phone has an ecosystem. I have, 100 apps on there. It does things I couldn't even imagine it would do 10 years ago.
And you can't live without it now.
I can't. If I lose it, I break down.
Your whole day is over at that point.
Yes,
You got to shut down, grab your keys, drive back home and get it.
It happens to all of us.
Yep.
So imagine now, that with the sensors and robotic systems and the AI, we're going to be developing applications that change your life. So earlier I mentioned we're a lifestyle products company. Well, this is an evolution of lifestyle in terms of robotics. So at the core of all of our robotic systems, if you notice, they're writable. So the head unit turns and is still writable, but it has a follow me mode. One of the apps I saw developed that I think is fun is, imagine you're throwing a barbecue and you speak to the robot and you say, hey, take some 4K pictures and video and post it on Instagram or Facebook.
Nice.
And it's kind of nice. It could do that, or
so you have your own private automated photographer.
Yeah, or it's an AI. It could be a personal companion. There's hundreds of thousands of applications. So Segway's vision is to develop an ecosystem, and at the launch of that ecosystem, introduce our product into the market. And we love the feedback we've gotten so far. And what I really love is when you speak to some of the engineers, they're just ecstatic about the possibilities, because really it's the state-of-the-art sensors and the AI interface that they can really utilize and develop a next-generation ecosystem in the robotics platform.
You know, I always used to joke about that. One of these days, we're just going to have robots that follow us around everywhere. They're going to be our own personal assistants, you know? It's really weird that so soon now we're looking at it, you know, because it feels like, you know, I'm not going to see this until I'm like in my 40s, you know? And the next, you know, like 5 years later, there you go.
I think there's going to be exponential growth in the robotics industry. Within the next 5 to 10 years, you'll just remember this conversation. You're going to say, wow, look what happened.
Yes. And we'll look back and go, and we thought that was cool.
Yeah, true.
That blew our minds. Now look what we have.
Yeah.
You know, so we definitely want to keep this away from everybody's wives, though. You know, in terms of a shopping assistant, you know, because if they have extra arms now to hold things, you know,
that's
now
right. I told
they're
you
going to
about
come
that.
home. Yeah, now they're going to come home with a whole trunk load of things versus just a couple armfuls, right?
With the follow me mode, they can load their bags and be carrying forward.
That's fantastic.
Definitely.
You know, that's I love it that the options are endless. You know, and there's no better company to be really leading everybody with this innovation. This is wonderful.
Well, thank you very much.
But it doesn't stop here. You got something else to show us.
Yes, I do.
Let's go take a look at that. So now, Brian, what are we looking at here? This is kind of cool. Looks like another robot in a way, but this is different.
It is different, and really, Segway innovates. So our engineers, from time to time, what we like to do is really just show the public that our products could be used for so many more things than just personal transportation. So they got together and they thought, you know, how can we create a virtual reality experience? Because some people don't have the ability to be mobile. So at this point, what we've done is we've just taken an off-the-shelf tripod and a wireless streaming 4K camera with 118-degree spectrum that wirelessly links to a virtual reality set. So now, you know, with VR, it's all about content and sensors.
Absolutely.
Well, taking a look at a content generation piece, now you can buy a $600 miniPRO, a tripod, and a camera, and for under $1,500, you can create content for VR.
A live VR experience.
So imagine, you know, somebody wants to see a museum, and unfortunately they just can't get in there, maybe health reasons. You could drive it with your app on your miniPRO, create VR.
And go places you've never been before.
And they get to see stuff. That's
great.
That's
really nice.
And again, just an idea of an application. It's not one of our showcase products, but at the same time, we have to be innovative and give everybody ideas of what they can do with our products.
What's really nice is you can also expand further with this, you know, maybe as another additional idea for your team, and develop partnerships with some of those museums and other businesses around the world to kind of have, you know, kind of like, you know, they have ADA sections and stuff where you can check out certain things or headphones. Maybe, you know, you can go online and rent one of these. Let's say that museum has 10 of them on site, and you can log in for a certain price, rent one of these for an hour, and cruise it, even though you're in America, maybe this museum's in Italy or something, and do a live VR experience anywhere you want that actually supports your services. That could be something interesting.
You just touched on one of our business ideas.
There we go.
Yeah.
See? If not, then now you have a new one, since no disclosures were signed. So it's your idea now. But sounds like it already was, and I can't wait to see that, because something like that would be fantastic, and it'll take off all around the world.
I hope so. And again,
I'll be plugging in for it.
Again, we're a lifestyle company, so we're trying to create and enhance people's lifestyles. So.
Well, this is fantastic, Brian. This is exciting, coming to see Segway every year. There's always something new and exciting to talk about, but this is wonderful. It's innovative, it's massive. It's not just, hey, look, we have this one new thing. We're changing everything instead and going places above and beyond that. So I can't wait to see what's next year and what comes from this. And I can't wait to have one of those robots myself to follow me around, because who doesn't want a personal robot following them around?
I know.
That's
I do.
Kind of cool. Even if it doesn't do anything, you're like, yeah, it just follows me around, talks to me once in a while. It's kind of cool.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much, Brian.
Well, thank you.
This has
I
been
hope you come by again next year.
Absolutely, we will. If you want to stay on top of all the latest and greatest, or at least the gadgets we cover, remember to subscribe right here. Subscription button. Click it. You're going to want to. There's lots of videos, interviews, previews, all sorts of stuff. Button. Click it.